Hey guys, what is up? My name is Megan and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I hope you guys are doing well and stay safe, and welcome to today's video, which is the last book haul of 2024. It is the end of an era. These books have been collecting for the past few months, so I have like a little stack here for you guys, and I will preface this video because I've had a few people message me when I put this option as a video down in like the polls and the community tab saying like, how can this be your last book haul with like Christmas and stuff, because I know a lot of you guys who are book nerds get books for Christmas, but I've mentioned this time and time again, I don't have people in my life who gift me books for Christmas, so I'm not planning on buying any more books this year, and I don't think I'll get any for Christmas, which is why it's time for the last book haul. I'm not gonna go in any particular order, we're just gonna grab and go. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's do this. First off, and like the biggest thing is I did get myself a Kindle, and if you guys want like my thoughts on this specific Kindle, let me know. But I did get myself the beautiful matcha Kindle from Amazon during Black Friday. I have put a few stickers with a clear case, and yeah, I have been wanting this for so long because I do believe it was available in the States prior to it being released in Canada, but I finally got my mitts on this, and this is like the perfect size for me, so had to mention this in a haul. If you see me around with this, it's like iconic. So I did get myself a Kindle, finally, very happy. Now for the actual books. The first I have on my stack is probably like the size of my Kindle. It's tiny, and this is by Catherine Rundle. It's Why You Should Read Children's Books Even Though You Are So Old and Wise. This is a little essay that Catherine Rundle wrote, like discussing why adults should read middle grade, and I have purchased this because in early 2025 you guys will see me create a video essay on this topic, because I have had throughout 2024 a lot of people who have commented on my videos like, no shade to you, but just like, why do you love middle grade so much as an adult? And I thought it would be great as a video essay, so this is to read and then kind of add to that essay and my thoughts. So very hyped for this. This is costly for how little it is, but I'm happy to have it in my collection. Then a book I have thrifted is The Invisible Library. This is the first book in a long series, and I did look, BookBeat does have the audio for this, and this is like a fantasy with librarians, and there's like underground things happening. I have seen that this book has a really great reviews, though I think it's been out for a while, so not a lot of people talk about it anymore, but I just love books about books and books featuring librarians in any shape or form, and the fact that this is fantasy based, I think I will really love. So was happy to thrift this. Then we have The Wrong Bride by Katharina Mara, which is the first in the Windsor series, which follows a set of 6 brothers who are billionaires, and they all have these arranged marriages. I read book 2 in the series before I went back and purchased book 1. This is about a young girl. This is about a girl who ends up marrying the man who was supposed to like marry her sister, but like last minute things changed, but she's been pining for him for years and he's been pining for her, but like they haven't told each other that, and like the wedding between the guy she ends up marrying and her sister was planned from like when they were essentially children. So I'm really interested to see where this goes. I devoured and absolutely loved the second book in the series, and ideally would love to own all of these books, because like I would binge through this entire series, and I would love to make that a video, but unfortunately for now I only have book 1, but that is totally fine. I'm just super happy to have another one to binge when I'm feeling the need. Then another book I thrifted is Dragonborn. This is the first book in a series which I haven't heard of anywhere, and honestly I thrifted this and I was like, dragons, you say? And I think this is like a dragon kind of wizard story, and again, this feels like a classic middle grade story that I just never got around to, never heard of when I was a child, but that I would love as an adult. And yeah, it's like an apprentice and like there's dragons. So many buzzwords. A cozy fantasy which I recently purchased is The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong. This has been making the rounds on the internet. This, as I said, is like about a immigrant fortune teller traveling, but like in this magical world, and she is the teller of small fortunes, and there's a cat on the cover. I have seen so many gorgeous special editions of this book go around, but the cover itself of this book is absolutely gorgeous. This is a smaller paperback as well. So yeah, hopefully I will get to this like early 2025, because I do feel like this is a book to read in the winter months. Then during Black Friday, I got a few books that were like heavily discounted. The first being The Life Impossible by Matt Haig. I have been wanting this all of 2024, but had like decided not to pick it up full price because I still have some unread Matt Haig on my shelves, but this ended up being a doorbuster at Indigo for like $12, which is 50% off this book, and I was just like, that's a reasonable price to buy this book. I know nothing about this book. It's like about a retired math teacher who's like going to the Mediterranean islands. It's set in Ibiza. I know Matt Haig either lives in Ibiza or goes to Ibiza often, considering his Instagram. And I know I'm gonna cry because I don't think I've read a Matt Haig book without crying, and he is one of my favorite authors. I know a lot of people don't like how on the nose his messages are in his books. Like, he has a lesson or a message to tell you and he's gonna like shove it down your throat. I don't care. I love Matt Haig with all of my heart, so very excited for this one. And then the last 4 books I have, see, it's a reasonable haul, are all books I mentioned in my like either series I want to read in 2025 or other like list of videos planning my 2025 reading, because they are all fantasy books and I don't own a lot of adult fantasy or fantasy in general. It's a genre I started reading at the end of 2024, so I thought I would get myself just a few of them during Black Friday to stock up and be able to accomplish my goals with books from my physical TBR without having to like buy a bunch of them in 2025 while they were on sale. The first one is Aragon by Christopher Paglioni. This I know is more of a middle grade to YA age range, but I have wanted to read this forever. This is one of like the most popular series, and again I am gravitating towards this because of the dragon element. Dragons and unicorns in fantasy books are like the ultimate like buzzword for me ever since I read Scandar and then kind of like discovered the genre. I love them, and this is the first, I think, in a 4 book series, and then there's something else in the world of Aragon called Murthog, which recently released. And yeah, I just need to be part of like the 40 million people who have read this book. Then we have the obvious, which is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I am almost done with the Stormlight Archives Era 1, and after that I will be jumping into the Mistborn series. I am planning on at least reading the first era of Mistborn in 2025, and I currently have a poll going on if like you guys are interested in participating in a read along for Mistborn. I've had a lot of people in my comments tell me that like either you need to catch up on the series or you want to start Brandon Sanderson. This is a great entry point, I've been told, though it will not have been my entry point with him. It's a shorter one too, and I am just so excited. Also, this paperback is like the most gorgeous and floppy thing there was ever like created. So yeah, if you want to participate in a read along, have any interest for that, you can go vote in the poll or let me know in the comments, and I will have an announcement on the read alongs that have been selected for 2025 very soon. Then another first book in a series is The Will of the Many. This is like in an academic setting, and I just have heard nothing but raving reviews of everybody who reads fantasy like all the time, and like the people who are most trusted on BookTube that I watch. And this, again, first book in a series. The second book I think is coming out in 2025, so it would be great for me to catch up real quick and be on track with the series as they release. This is another chunky book, and I have wanted to read this because of the kind of like academic setting. I don't know if the whole book is set within this like academia vibe or not, but even if it's part of it, I will be happy, and this will help me fulfill my read 5 adult fantasy books prompt for my bingo board from hell. And the last book I have on my haul pile is also going to help me fulfill that goal, and that is The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. This is book like 1 of 5, I think, in this series, and what really got me one is Jade from January Reads hyping this book up. And then the end of the blurb says, "Then again, maybe he isn't the hero after all. For Kieran is not destined to save the Empire, he's destined to destroy it." And every time I read that, I'm like, I have absolute chills. This has more than one person's story, and I'm really intrigued to see how this goes. Jade just sold me so hard. She has reread these books so many times and just loves them with a passion, and every time I watch her videos I'm like, I should try this. So I finally bit the bullet and purchased it. I really love the hardcovers of this, and there was like one left on Amazon, so it was all the push I needed to get this. So that's my haul. If you made it this far, leave this emoji and also let me know what I should prioritize in 2025 within this haul, if there's anything you're excited for me to read, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye guys, happy reading!